Let's talk more about your settings. So on your dashboard, click on the settings tab right at the top of your screen. And we're going to start with our general settings. So under this page, you can set up the report details that will appear on the front cover of each of your reports. Here you can see any mandatory fields that need to be complete will have a red asterisk next to it. You can set up your company logo. You can set up your billing related details. So the email address of the user or the person that you'd like to receive the Property Inspect invoice each month. You can also set up your address details for your company and make sure to click on update details when you're done. If you scroll further down the page, you will notice your workflow settings, so inspection settings for your entire account. And this is really nice because it gives you the ability to set up some parameters on your entire account so that there's default specifications per your company requirement regarding the software. So for example, if you want to send out job sheets to any of your users at a specific time, you can set it up from this page. We have an option to also set up your reference numbers and an auto increment reference. So for example, if you would like to use this feature, you can set up a specific reference number on one inspection, enable this feature, and any subsequent inspections will follow your reference increments. You can set up your signature reminders. So this is a really nice feature if you want to set up a reminder that should be sent out to any contacts to remind them to sign their report. So you can set up after a specific period. You can choose multiple time frames as well. So for example, if you want after 3 days that the report has marked complete, you would like them to receive a signature reminder if they have not signed as yet. Then after 5 days, and thereafter perhaps after 30 days. So this disables, they will not receive a signature reminder after the period if they have already signed it. If you scroll further down, we have an SMS reminder option. So this you can enable or disable as well. We have key management. So this allows you to record the location of keys and where to return them to. Arrival time, you can select an additional time for arrival when you add an inspection. So this is the arrival time of your user or your inspector. Okay. These are nice features as well, the retain contact preferences. So you can choose whether you want the property contacts to be copied to any subsequent inspections and then also retain their settings. So if you want them to sign the report or be notified of any appointment date changes or even to deliver the report as well. So if you'd like a property to retain the contact information on any subsequent inspections, you can enable this here. Self-service inspection options as well. Calendar slot times, so that give you an option to choose the time range to show across your calendars. So this is really nice if you have a specific business time and you only want to reflect the business hours within your organization on your dashboard calendar. Okay, first clock to accept SMS. So we have a first to accept feature, which we'll go through in a little bit, but this gives the opportunity to the user to receive a notification via SMS when an inspection has been created and you require them to accept that inspection. So you can enable this from here. Automatically generate a PDF for an inspection. So you can choose whether you want a PDF to automatically be generated for an inspection when you mark an inspection as complete on the system or you mark it as closed. Create action reports for review. So you can automatically create an action report for you to review when the inspection is completed. And then if you scroll further down, there are some data management options as well. Now, In the event that you don't see some of these options or features, don't be alarmed. It just means that your current account does not have these features enabled, or your plan doesn't allow for them, but you can contact us directly on our support lines and we'll be able to check this for you and assist. So let's scroll right up to the top of the page again, and let's go to our report settings. Now, under report settings is where you can manage the settings for all of your report types. Okay. Now, on this page, the moment you click on reports, it's by default set to show you the report settings for all of your inspection types or report types on your account. If you want to set specific settings per inspection type, you can click on the drop down arrow under all inspection types and you can choose the specific inspection type that you want to work on. So for example, I'm going to choose move-in inspection, and this is going to pull up the settings, the report settings for only my move-in inspections. So again, you can choose your specific report type from the list if you want to set up bespoke settings for this report type. Alternatively, if you want to have generic settings across the board for all of your report types, then you'll leave it on all inspection types and you can continue through the list. So let's go through each one. So the first option is layout and cover page. You can change your logo and your contact information on the general tab, but here you can choose how to set up your layout and cover page on all of your reports. So you can choose if you want your cover page to be a full page, a header only, so only the top half of the page to have information, or no cover page at all. As you can see here on the bottom left corner of my screen, as I'm updating my information, I am getting a notification in green to tell me that the system has saved my preferences. You'll notice this across the board. Under these setting pages, or even the general settings page, you don't have to physically save the settings each time. The system automatically saves for you. Under this layout and cover page, you can also choose if you want to show your own personal company details, or if you want to reflect the client details if you have assigned a client to that property or that inspection. You can also choose if you want your report front cover page to be in portrait or landscape. And if you want to show any contacts, so the tenant contact or the landlord contacts names on the cover page. The next setting is your table of contents. So you can choose whether you want to show a table of contents on your web report as well as on your generated PDF. Your notes section, if you want bespoke notes for your inspections or a specific inspection type, you can come to this section here and you can add your notes on the left side of the page, and as you can see, the notes will save here. So how this works, so the note section, the disclaimers as well, is that any information that is put into this text boxes here, they will then appear on the relevant inspections if the feature is enabled. If you scroll down, you now come to the photo sizing and layout. Now this is really nice and it's quite customizable as well, because you can decide how you want the size of the photos within your report to appear and where they should appear on your report as well. So here you can see, you can choose the photos if they are assigned to an item or to a section or to the property itself. Okay, and if you want to play around with these settings, you can do so, and you can see on the left side of your screen here, we have an example that will show you exactly how this will appear on your report. So if I choose that any item, any photos assigned to an item, and I want them to be small icons, and I want them to be before each of the items, this is how it will appear. Or after each item, this is how it will appear. Sorry. All right. Then we've got actions and liabilities. So on our actions and liabilities, this is where we can, when we're producing a report, we can mark a specific or flag a specific action for any item. So for example, we can tick an item that requires maintenance or it requires cleaning. We can then choose to show a summary of those actions at the end of the report. And we can also determine how we would like that to appear on the report. So if we want them to be grouped together like this, or grouped by responsibility. Okay, so for example, there's all the tenant responsibilities, the landlord responsibilities, or agent responsibilities. Okay, and again, you can play around with these settings according to your business needs. Directly under this is our tenant feedback. Now, the tenant feedback option gives you the capability to allow your tenant contacts to leave their comments as additional comments on a report. You can also give them the option to upload their own photos and also remove photos to an inspection report as well. So here you can play around with these settings, again, according to your inspection types or across your account. As you scroll through, we also have some advanced features as well. So for example, we did mention in our previous video, we have the review setting. Now this is not a default setting, but if you would like inspections to be reviewed before being sent off to your client or to your tenants or your landlord, you can then enable the review settings from the report settings section. You can also choose if you want your photo timestamps to appear on the report. So if you have this enabled, any timestamps that are embedded in an image will reflect on your final report as well. So it'll be the date and the timestamp. Here we have new item flags and condition changes flags. So this is a really nice feature because if you have a new item that has been added onto a report that was generated using a previous report. For example, if you're doing a tenancy life cycle inspection, so a move in to a move out, and on that move out, you've added a new item, you can enable this flag so that any new items will have a little orange flag on the corner just to demark that this item has been added new. The same with condition. If there's a condition that has been changed and you would like that to be demarked and easily identifiable, then you can enable the condition changes flag and you will be able to see this orange flag at the corner of the condition box. If you would like to hide any not applicable comments on a report, you can enable this feature. And then we have some report delivery options as well. So here reports are sent automatically. So as soon as you mark a report as complete on your account, and this is by default, the system will send out a web report link to any contacts that have been marked as deliver and signee if you require them to sign. Okay. If you would like to change this and update this, so if you'd like the completed report to be sent when you mark the inspection as closed or complete and closed, you can change these settings here as well under report delivery options. You can also choose what type of report you would like to send out on this command. So if you would like the full report to be sent out, if you would like the changes only, or actions only. And this can go a little bit further as well, because you can customize this to even the contact and what would you like the contact to receive. So for example, if you have tenant contacts on an inspection and you only want the tenant contacts to receive an actions only report when you mark the inspection as closed, you can set this up as well. And then our last setting here is our auto close. Like, this is a really nice setting because you can determine when you would like your inspections to automatically close. So you can set it up after a specific time frame. And you can also choose to have your inspections automatically close after all signatures have been added, if you require signatures on your reports as well.